There are many thousands of people walk up Ben Nevis every year, but very few of them realise that they're actually walking into an ancient caldera that 400 million years ago collapsed in a really spectacular event which blasted ash and dust to huge heights in the atmosphere, and that dust possibly travelled around the world and affected sunsets for months afterwards. When you walk up Ben Nevis, you actually cross from granite, which is red in colour. In fact, part of the path actually crosses a feature known as the red burn, but 2 corners later on the path, you cross from the granite onto a completely different rock called andesite. Now, andesite is a lava that was erupted at the surface and piled layer upon layer to form a great thickness on the Earth's crust. Granite is a completely different rock. It's formed deep down in the Earth's crust, and it cools slowly over millions of years and grows large crystals. Normally speaking, these 2 rocks wouldn't be close by each other, but in the case of Ben Nevis, we have this extraordinary plug of lavas caught in the middle of a huge body of granite. Now, that plug of lavas only ended up in the granite because of a spectacular collapse event which took place many millions of years ago. The magma chamber was so large that it actually started to get close to the Earth's surface, and the solid rocks above the roof of that chamber eventually failed. And when that roof collapsed, the plug of lavas sank down into the molten granite. Some molten material escaped around the sides of that plug and, as I said, blasted into the air as ash and dust, but it ended up with that huge pile of lavas actually being trapped within the granite when it cooled and crystallized. So the amazing thing is that when you walk up Ben Nevis, the last third of the ascent is on a pile of lavas that at one time were 2,000 feet higher than they are today. And that's the extraordinary story about Ben Nevis, that the rocks used to be an awful lot higher, and I suspect people are quite grateful they're not when they're struggling up the tourist path.